Welcome to Hub City Now with your host, Tyrone Tony Reed. Sponsored by Styles Menwear, the future of fashion, the city of Brownsville, Baskerville Funeral Home, and R&R Custom Wheels and Tire Express.
Hello and welcome to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. And today we have with us Sensei Sherwin Moore with Fudoshinka Dojo here in Jackson, Tennessee. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you. Good morning.
We have him on to talk about the 8th annual Kobudo Martial Arts Seminar, which will be held at the Jackson State Community College, located at 2046 North Parkway in Jackson, Tennessee, August 25th through August 26th. Before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from.
Like I said, I'm Sherwin Moore. I teach Kenpo Karate here in Jackson, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. My family raised me in Yokosuka Naval Base, which is one of our occupational bases in Japan.
Okay.
So I was born in the Philippines. After my dad's tour was up, we moved to San Diego and lived in Southern California for a few years, and then we got stationed in Japan when I was about 7.
Okay.
So there I was blessed with a very unique opportunity to actually train in karate, which I always wanted to do.
Wow.
In Japan.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was a very unique blessing that I didn't fully appreciate as a child.
Right.
I just wanted to do karate, I wanted to emulate Bruce Lee.
Right.
So when my mom finally agreed to it, she allowed my dad to sign us up for karate lessons, and I trained with my sensei in Japan for several years.
Wow.
So when I was about 23, my dad had retired from the service, and we came back to the States.
Okay.
And I continued my training in Kenpo Karate from that point.
How did you get to Jackson, Tennessee?
My father is actually from Whiteville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So I'm from both sides of the world.
Right.
My dad is American. My mom's Filipino.
Okay.
But my grandfather has his roots here in Tennessee, and of course, when my dad retired from the service, they wanted to get some land out in Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
And so they actually live in Henderson now. So.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. So you're back here. How did the dojo get started?
Well, when I first came to Tennessee, I had just got laid off in San Francisco.
Okay.
I was working for Sony at the time, mm-hmm. And I'd gotten laid off, and so I came out to Tennessee to kind of regroup and everything, and
mm-hmm.
I'd wanted to continue my training because that was just a part of me. I don't have identity without martial arts.
Right.
So I started looking around, and I happened to see a sign for Kenpo Karate, and mm-hmm. I'd always wanted to study Kenpo when mm-hmm. I was a kid. I saw the movie The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman, and I was like, oh, I have to try that. And so I guess I was just in the right place at the right time. I was driving home one day from work, and I saw a sign, Kenpo Karate. I'm like, I immediately pulled right over it and introduced myself to the sensei, and let him know I'd trained in Japan. I'd gotten a black belt in another style of karate, but I'd always loved the art of Kenpo and wanted to study it. And mm-hmm. so, again, I was blessed with another unique opportunity to train in something I always wanted to study. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
What is Kenpo?
Kenpo is it's one of the older mixed martial arts. It is a hybrid between Chinese Kung Fu and Okinawan style karate. Okay. So what I always usually tell folks is it has the fluidity and finesse of Kung Fu mm-hmm. and the power of traditional karate, which makes it a more lethal art. Okay. It was originally created to be more of an aggressive art in combative mm-hmm. situations, but now it's been modified into a self-defense system. Okay,
that's cool. So how long has the dojo been open now?
I started my dojo. My sensei had moved back to Cookville, where he was originally from. Okay. And I began my dojo in 2006. Okay. So
about 11 years.
11 years now. So.
Okay. How has that been for you from being the student and now?
It was a very how should I say mm-hmm. a developmental stage for me. Mm-hmm. I'd spent over a decade being the student, mm-hmm. And then I actually had to teach myself how to be a teacher.
Wow.
I had to reintroduce myself to all the material I'd already known for years as a child, but from an instructor's point of view, how am I going to convey this information to somebody who's trying to learn this like I did?
Right.
So there was a bit of a transition for me to learn how to, I'd spent years being a student. Now I had to learn how to be a teacher, so I had to relearn everything.
Right. Now, tell us about some of the classes that you all actually have at the dojo.
At our school, we have, of course, a Kenpo Karate program, both for children and adults. My youth class goes from 5 years old to about 15, and my adult class is from 16 years old and up. In there, the primary focus of the training is self-defense.
Okay.
With the kids, it's more situational management, as I like to call it. So in that class, it's a high focus on cardiovascular and calisthenics.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
The importance of
physical fitness is imperative. I truly feel that when the body is healthy, they're just going to be able to do more. And of course, it helps with the mental functions as well.
Right.
So we try to get them to practice good habits at that developmental stage. Because if we develop lazy habits, it leads into obesity and other serious health problems.
Right.
So our class, for the younger ones at least, we try to focus on the calisthenic exercises, proper stretching, proper training techniques, and we try to make it fun for them as well.
Right.
I disguise conditioning inside games.
Right.
So even though I can get 20 kids to crank out 20 push-ups, I just got to make it fun for them.
Right.
So we play a lot of games, and they like it a lot. Mom and Dad get a kick out of it.
See, I used to get punished. But the push-ups were punishment for me. I actually took karate when I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
I was in love with the Ninja Turtles, and I loved Raphael, and I wanted to be one. But I remember the discipline of that class because I talked a lot when I was in 3rd grade, and I got wrote up for that. And my sensei didn't play that, and he's like, that's your teacher, just like your teacher. I'm your teacher here in the dojo. That's your teacher at school. You obey her. You do what she says. And I just remember doing push-ups with my knuckles. Oh, it's terrible. But that's good. I mean, that's good discipline. It helps you learn how to control yourself, self-control.
Yes, and like I said, it leads into many facets for child development, I think. One, it gets rid of all that excess energy that they have built in. Right. Some people, I think they misdiagnose ADHD a little too much. Half the time, they're just a ball of energy that just needs to be expedited.
Right.
And of course, with the PE curriculum in schools the way they are now, so I grew up in a military school, so we had to move.
Right.
But now, from what I hear, PE it's not much at all, and they are just a bundle of energy that needs to be released. So in class, I try to release that as much as possible. If I can make a kid fall asleep on the way home, I know I did my job right.
That's right. And I know the parents would be grateful.
They are, actually, yeah. And of course, it's a lot funnier when it's teenagers because they're already lazy to begin with. But then they wake up the next day and they're nothing but a bag of sore muscles and bones, and that just makes my soul smile a lot. So, but in addition to the Kenpo program, we also offer a women's self-defense class.
Okay.
We offer that on Thursday nights at 7:30. We also offer a yoga class that we offer on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. We're getting ready to offer a new self-defense program that was created by one of my mentors, and it's a co-ed type program. We call it 3PC. Okay. Like I said, we can teach that on site or at off site at offices and clinics and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more with Sensei Moore about. I keep getting it wrong. Say it for me. Say your dojo name for me.
Fudoshinka Dojo.
Thank you. We'll be right back in just a moment. Hello and welcome back to Hub City Now. We are back with Sensei Sherwin Moore of the Fudoshinka Dojo. And we are about to talk about the 2017 8th Annual Kobudo Martial Arts Seminar, which will be at Jackson State Community College, located at 2046 North Parkway, Jackson, Tennessee. It'll be Friday, August 25th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, August 26th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tell us a little bit about the seminar and how it came to be.
Originally, it started with me wanting to get together with a couple of martial arts buddies of mine, and I'd started meeting different people when I first got to Tennessee, and they had different martial arts backgrounds from mine. Mm-hmm. And me, I was always a student of the arts. As a mentor once told me, I'm not trained to be a karate person or a kung fu person. I'm trained to be a martial artist, right? Which is a person who embraces all of the martial arts. Right. So with that same spirit, I started hanging out with a couple of martial arts people and who again had trained in different arts that I hadn't, and I wanted to learn from some of their training. Mm-hmm. And so we all decided to get together and say, hey, well, let's include more people in this. Right. So long story short, it became a glorified workout session. So we tried to, because I have a background in marketing and advertising, mm-hmm. Tried to start promoting this event and making it kind of a thing. Right. So about 7 years ago, I started to play around with the idea hey, we could actually get a whole bunch of martial arts people, not just in Jackson, but in the area, mm-hmm. to get together. And for me personally, just because I'm at that stage in my martial arts career, I used to compete in Japan in tournaments in karate tournaments, mm-hmm. but for tournaments, only the top 3 best for the day go home with something. Right. But a seminar, nobody competes, but everybody goes home with something. They all go home with knowledge. Yeah. Whereas, if you have a whole bunch of trophies in your closet and you look back on it even a year from then, you're saying, oh, I don't even know who I fought, right? Where I won this, and it just gets dusty up on the shelf. Mm-hmm. But with a seminar, if it's a good piece of knowledge of martial arts training, who taught it with you, mm-hmm. Who taught it to you, who you trained with that day, where you learned it from. And it's just that much more of a rewarding experience, as in my opinion, right. As compared to a karate tournament. Right. So for me, I'd much rather spend a lot of time and effort, helping promote a seminar as opposed to a martial arts tournament. Right. But the seminar itself, it is a wide array of different styles of martial arts taught by different style martial arts instructors. So you got instructors from where? I've got an instructor coming in from Illinois. Okay. I've got an instructor coming in from Washington, D.C., wow. North Carolina, mm-hmm. All across the Tennessee Valley. Mm-hmm. I've got instructors from East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, mm-hmm. And even one possibly from, actually 2 from Memphis. Okay. So we're all getting together here in Jackson, and it's just, to me, with the people who study these traditional styles of martial arts, mm-hmm. it's just a beautiful thing when we can get together in the name of unity and fellowship, right. To not compete against one another, but to unite and share knowledge and build lasting relationships. And you're actually introducing a lot of people to styles and that they've never seen. That is the other reason I created the seminars, because there are other people out there who have always wanted to study the arts, but mm-hmm. they have no idea where to start and what to look for. Right. This is the perfect, as I call it, the buffet of martial arts training. You get to go up to the buffet line and pick out what you want. Right. Here we're going to be running 3 classes at one time for 2 days. Okay. Which I have never been to something like that. Mm-hmm. In my past, I have gone to the Karate College in Virginia, which is a totally awesome 3-day seminar. Mm. Very similar format, but something like here in West Tennessee, I have not seen anything like that. Right. So this is a unique event of its own, because mixed martial arts, and I like MMA. Mm-hmm. It is kind of the mainstream right now, mm-hmm. but they're not. At least the younger generation, they're not getting to see where all this stuff came from. Right. So if they're just seeing the fight. Right. They're seeing the limelight. They're seeing the glamour. They're seeing, 2 guys in a ring knocking each other out. Right. Whereas here, in the traditional arts, the way that they were originally taught by the masters, we still get to learn the core values of the martial arts, which is respect, integrity, self-confidence, self-respect, which I think that is lacking greatly today.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. What kind of styles can people expect to see at the seminar?
Well, obviously it's a martial arts seminar, so you're definitely going to see karate. You'll actually see 3 or 4 variations of karate, which to me is very intriguing on its own. It's kind of like a language. It's kind of like the American English language.
Right.
Up north they say "use guys."
Right.
Down here in the south
They
say y'all. So, but it's still English.
Right.
So in karate, it's the same thing. You have different styles. We'll have Shotokan. We'll have Goju-ryu, Shito-ryu. There again, different styles of karate, and of course Kenpo Karate, which will be taught by myself.
Okay.
Other styles will include. So that's another thing. We have not just Japanese martial arts. There'll be Korean arts there.
Wow.
There'll be Chinese martial arts. There'll be Filipino martial arts.
That's
It's pretty cool. We'll have Brazilian martial arts in there. So we will be featuring Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Capoeira. From Korea, we'll have Hapkido, Tangsudo, and some other Korean arts that I'm not 100% familiar with, but they're just as deadly. From China, we'll have Wing Chun, which was made popular internationally by Ip Man, who was Bruce Lee's teacher.
Okay.
And we'll have a Jeet Kun Do, which was created by Bruce Lee himself.
That's awesome.
That is way too awesome. If you saw the movie Ip Man, that's just a little teaser to what will be at the seminar. And then we'll have Aikido, Judo, and from the Philippines, we'll have Kali, Arnis, Silat. It's just a while. Oh, and then we haven't had this before. American boxing. So we will have the sweet science there as well. It's just I've always been a fan of boxing. In fact, I was watching Creed the other day. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. That's a really good
great movie. So,
how much is the seminar?
If people only can make one day or another, for Friday, it's going to run from 5 to 8 p.m. We're only charging $40. I'm sorry, $20 for that.
Okay.
And then if they're just coming just for the Saturday, it'll be $40.
Okay.
If they would like to come both days, we'll give them a $10 discount and only charge them $50 for that.
Okay. All right.
So.
All right. And how can they find out more information? Where can they go?
They can go on Facebook.
Okay.
Just type in the dojo name, Fudoshinka-dojo.com, or the name of the seminar, 8th Annual Kobudo Martial Arts Seminar, or then go to my website, Fudoshinka-dojo.com.
Okay. And for those who don't know how to spell that, it's FUDOSHINKADOJO.com. So you can go there and find out more. Thank you, Sensei Moore, for coming in so much. Really appreciate it. You all go and check out the seminar. That again is the 8th Annual Kobudo Martial Arts Seminar, which will be Friday, August 25th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, August 26th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Jackson State Community College, located at 2046 North Parkway in Jackson, Tennessee. Hello and welcome back to Hub City Now. We are here doing our new segment of Hub City Now with Bill Marable, the CEO of the CrimeSeen Examiner News. And we're going to let Bill tell us what is currently in the newspaper this week.
Okay. Good morning, Tony, and listening audience. This week, of course, in the CrimeSeen Examiner News, we have the usual lineup of mug shots and from the Jackson Police Department, Humboldt Police Department arrest. We have Milan Police Department arrest and mug shots as well. We also have good news inside with Ricky Brown highlighting the recent Madison County GOP luncheon. We also have Ray Jones with West Tennessee Outdoors. He spotlights the Douglas School reunion, Douglas School community reunion, which was held in Stanton, Tennessee. It's held every year in Stanton, Tennessee, and it was held this past weekend. Okay. So he's highlighting that event, which featured car shows, car and bike shows, and a lot of outdoor fun. We also have on our editorial page, we have a column from the mayor, Jerry Gist, which is entitled "The Gist of It."
Huh?
We'll be featuring that this
What's
week.
that about?
He's talking a little bit about precautions people should take when they go on vacation. How, for instance, don't post everything.
Right.
you're out
I'm
of
leaving.
town.
I'm getting ready to go to
Right.
Bahamas for a month. Yeah.
That's right.
It's like an open invitation for the thieves to go, okay, I know where I'll be staying for the next month or so, or who I'll be hitting. Yeah,
That's right. So, and of course, we have your legal notices, probate notices, and foreclosures as well.
That's awesome. So you can check around all of West Tennessee to get a copy of the Crime Scene Examiner News.
That's
you can
right.
Go online.
That's right.
Subscriptions.
You can go online to our website at WTEnewsnow.com. That's WTE News, News, now, NOW.com.
Okay. And they can contact you all if they have any news tips. What number should they call?
They can contact us at 731-330-5047, or they can contact me on my cell phone at 731-217-5378.
Okay. All right. Subscriptions. How can they get
Subscriptions are $35 per year, and that's a mail out. And we'll mail you a paper every week, or we'll email you an electronic copy of the paper for $15 a year. And you can contact us at our office at our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 151, Jackson, Tennessee 38302. And just request a subscription, and we'll get you started.
Okay. All right. Well, with the last few minutes that we have remaining, I just wanted to kind of touch on the events that happened in Charlottesville, Virginia over the weekend. But by the time everyone hears this, it'll be the last weekend. We live in a world where some people still believe racism doesn't exist, but it clearly does.
And as you saw from the news events, coverage of that event is the Klan don't wear hoods anymore.
Yeah, they're out. They're out. They do not care.
They
They're
don't
proud,
care.
loud and proud.
That's right. And they know them, and I'm glad a few of them. It's been reported on news media. A few of them have lost their jobs as a result of that.
Right.
I know the company that makes those torches.
Tiki torches.
They denounced them.
I
using
mean,
those torches.
That alone was just telling, because that's what they used to do back in the day,
right?
To intimidate everyone and to make them afraid. They might as well have just wrapped a cloth around a piece of stick and just went ahead and made it a real torch for what they were doing.
Right. And the violence and the negative rhetoric that came out of that is just, and then to have the president,
of your nation,
not
take
come
forever.
outright and condemn the action.
Yeah,
he sputters around.
That's
because
he knew who got, as David Duke told him, you need to take a long look in the mirror and remember who put you in office.
Right. Well, they did, and they did. They did, and he did.
Right. I mean, it's crazy, and I saw Lawrence O'Donnell on MSNBC on Monday night. I mean, he gave a great opening. He was just talking about how black people and white people who were sympathetic to the black rights were all murdered back in the 60s, and even further back then, even during slavery. I mean, he went all the way back to slavery time. He said there's no telling how many people have been murdered by white supremacists and KKK and neo-Nazis and Nazism. And there are some people who get it. There are some people who get it, who understand. There are some people who aren't black who get it.
Right.
Who are working with black people to fix that problem. There are others who are steadily passing it down generation to generation. I mean, this young man who did this was 20 years old. You haven't even been along long enough to hate.
No. But apparently he's a scholar of Hitler and Nazi rhetoric, according to the people that know him from the news reports. So I don't know. There's no room in America for that anymore.
Right.
I heard a news report that a American tourist was in Germany recently and did the Heil Hitler sign and got beat down.
Wow.
They don't even, that thing is not even recognized.
Right.
In the
place
country where it began.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's not welcome there, so why would they think it's welcome here?
Right. Yeah. Just have to really pray for our country and the people, and like we said, they're. My wife always says it's better for them to go ahead and I'd rather them be out and tell me who they are than to be silent and hide it.
Right.
Well, and they feel that it's their freedom to do so now.
Well, there were several thousands in Charlottesville who revealed their identity.
Yeah, they weren't covered up or anything.
I think it's just a sad situation that things like that still happen in America in 2017.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We want to also remind everybody that at the time of this broadcast, I'm trying to think. Okay, I won't even mention it right now. But let's just, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Baskerville Funeral Home, City of Brownsville, Nail Huntsman's Flower Box, R&R Custom Wheels and Tires, Styles Menswear, and of course, the Crime Scene Examiner News. If you haven't already, go out and get your copy. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful and safe week, and God bless you all. I'll talk to you later.